If I were wise, many more motions would have passed. Fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests, and Kelechi, I'm not using the commend, recommend, commend formula because this was an impromptu speech. Okay, so you really didn't have a chance to rehearse it. You created it well during the meeting. So I'm going to tell you all the things that I thought you did that made this successful, and then I'm going to have a couple of recommendations at the end. Start off with, in all your speeches, you have this great high energy. You come up here and you want to be here, and you've got this great smile. You've got something you want to tell us. That's the way you come across to me. You got us drawn in because you kept using variations of a phrase like, we have, or other variations of it. You used it in regards to the quote of Charlie Sheen's, the "we are winners," okay? You used it again when that we, I have here, have a winning mindset. Another thing you did was the body language. I noticed you kept, your hands are coming out like you're trying to reach the audience. You did a lot of that, and you also had some big gestures. You're trying to be bigger than life, which is what you want to be if you're trying to inspire people. Another thing I liked were the personal stories. I go to this conference, and I'm there, and there's all these people winning these awards. And I decided that that's where I wanted to be. And that was the beginning of it. Throughout what made this formula work, your okay, see it, believe it, act on it. That was the first bit of it. And you went throughout the whole thing, all three steps relating to your personal career. And that was very successful. You made it personal, therefore were more involved. You did use some stories, though, that weren't, but they tended to be humorous. You look like my third husband, right? Like, that was really well done. I'd heard that one before. You also had some really interesting ideas, like things I wrote down. I said, wow, that's a neat line, like, you can do a lot more than dead people. You know, like, or else, did the winner have two heads? I thought that was very interesting. I thought the whole speech was simple concept, easy to follow, like only 3 steps, easy to follow and logical. Okay, done with enthusiasm. Now what I could suggest that I think could have improved on it was repetition. You could have hit a thing I would like to have heard a couple times. See it, believe it, act on it. If you repeated that a number of times, and other good points like, you know, maybe, you know, you can do more than a dead man. Could have been used more than once, I don't know. I think you could have moved around more. I keep thinking of like a preacher or someone in a play where you can actually move around and have closer contact. Another thing I think you could have done was a call to action. Okay? See it, believe it, act on it. You've got the formula. What are you going to do with it? Something along those lines. Anyway, considering the time frame you had, I was inspired.